What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rousey Wrestling. My name is Saif.
And I'm Massa.
And this is the final views from Rousey before WrestleMania in terms of just Raws. Obviously, we have our SmackDown views from Rousey. And as usual, with our 3 talking points, this was not the most eventful go-home show for Raw, but obviously we'll get into that when we talk about these specific segments. So first, I want to talk about the opening segment, which included Stephanie, Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Ronda Rousey. Obviously, Jonathan Coachman was interviewing them. What do you think of this segment as a whole, and are you hyped for this match going into WrestleMania?
See, I thought it was kind of innovative that they made it kind of like the UFC style, usually like the Q&A panel. I thought that was really cool. I did enjoy the segment as a whole. I think it was a pretty good opening segment to start off Raw. I am excited for this match mostly because of Kurt Angle, because we haven't seen him in so long, and it's going to be really exciting to see him at WrestleMania again. But, you know, also Ronda Rousey definitely seems like she's going to be a total badass in the women's division, so I'm really excited for that. But, you know, in the end, we actually did see Stephanie put Ronda Rousey through a table. What did you think about that spot?
I thought it kind of looked a little bit weird, the way Stephanie did it, and Ronda's selling was absolutely awful. Like, that was, like, the worst acting I've ever seen. But, you know, I thought it was a good thing to do, to have the heels have the upper hand going into the card, because we know Kurt and Ronda are going to be the favorites. But also, Kurt has been such an afterthought here. I mean, it's been all about Ronda and her kind of beef with the Authority. Kurt has just kind of been in the background, which is really, I mean, Kurt, I don't want to be biased because he's one of my favorites of all time. But, you know, I wanted him to have a feature WrestleMania match. And while this is a feature WrestleMania match, it hasn't revolved around him at all.
See, I kind of did want to see him in a singles bout, like, going into Mania. But, you know, I was thinking about it, and I think they put her in this situation because she's still new and they kind of want to hide her flaws a little bit.
Overall, I thought Ronda obviously needs some polishing, but she is still new to the business. Kurt really isn't the same on the mic anymore. I don't know what it is. So I felt like Triple H really carried this segment. He's obviously one of the best heels of all time, so he's definitely very comfortable in this situation. But yeah, I didn't think this was the best segment, but hopefully at WrestleMania we could, I don't know, get something a little bit different, something special. Next, I want to move on to our second talking point, which includes the Intercontinental Championship scene, and it was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, which was obviously match of the night. Okay, so Miz was on commentary. I thought Miz was the highlight of this. He was acting like a babyface on commentary. He was saying, oh, he beat one of the greatest of all time in John Cena. He was saying how Finn and Seth are 2 of the best in the company right now. And, you know, he was just kind of talking about him being a new dad. And my favorite line on commentary was when he said, I'm a new man, Michael, when he was talking to Michael Cole. And the commentary was just awesome. You know, like, I don't really like the 3-man booth thing, but I thought they were very witty and jumped off of each other very well. And Miz, you know, he was so comfortable there. I thought that was a highlight, but not just that, it was an awesome match as well.
Of course. These 2 guys can work so well together, and their chemistry together, I feel like if you wanted a great duo and add the Miz to it, I feel like they're going to pull off something amazing at Mania. But also, like, just the false finishes and how they were all, like, reversing each other's finishers. I thought it was so well done, and these guys truly, like, some of the best right now.
Yeah, but Seth wins here. Does that mean he's not going to win on Sunday? Miz hasn't really had, you know, an upper hand at all in any of the weeks coming.
Right.
So are they swerving us and saying that Miz is going to retain his title only for him to lose it the next night or something like that? Because I know he's probably going to take some time off because of his newborn baby. So I don't know. Does this eliminate Seth Rollins? We're going to have to just...
But also Finn Balor has been winning, especially at live events. He has been saying on Twitter how he's just constantly having the upper hand. So again, it's kind of unpredictable.
But yeah, so I thought it was a great segment for me. This is a really an underrated part of WrestleMania. They could really pull off something great. And it's consistently been one of the best parts of Monday Night
Raw.
Because the rest of the things haven't really been consistent.
For the last segment of the night, we have Brock Lesnar coming out, and, you know, him and Paul Heyman. And you have this human wall that's separating him and Roman Reigns. And we have Kurt Angle throughout the night coming to Roman and Heyman saying, like, come on, like, I don't want any problems tonight. Don't touch before Mania. What did you think about that starting off?
Well, I thought it made sense, and I thought, you know, it gives us something a little bit different from the past 2 weeks where it's just been Brock beating Roman up. And Roman being obviously the man of the people, he's like the locker room leader. They let him through. The whole roster let him through, and he went and had a face-off with Brock. I thought Heyman's promo beforehand was very good.
Heyman always can pull something amazing off.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought Roman getting the upper hand here at the beginning, I thought that was a smart move. He had the 5 Superman punches. And, Lesnar, not like a coward, but a little bit definitely a heelish thing to get out and get a chair. And at the end, Lesnar is the one standing tall with that F5. I mean, it's inevitable. Roman Reigns is going to win this Sunday. But I do think that this has been a pretty good program, and I'm just hoping that we get a great match. Not just, not just Lesnar giving his offense the whole match only for Roman to come back with a spear. I think it needs to be a back and forth, something. Obviously, Lesnar is going to be the alpha, but still, I want to see something a little bit different, not just the typical Brock Lesnar match. Or
the typical Cena match where we have, him getting beat up throughout the whole match and then Super Roman comes out. I really don't want to see that. But overall, for this Raw, there were just some questions that I wanted to be answered that just weren't answered. The whole Braun Strowman thing and, the whole Cena Taker thing. I'm still kind of confused. I think that WWE has heard the complaints about it being too predictable, so I guess they're trying to make it as unpredictable as possible. And I tip my hat off to that. But also just, there were just some things there's just some holes that were in last night's Raw that I kind of wanted to be filled.
Yeah, it wasn't the best go-home show. Hopefully we get a better go-home show from SmackDown. But obviously I'm still excited for WrestleMania. Tell us what you guys thought of Raw in the comment section below.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rosie Wrestling, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!